saw this science experiment in a book that I really wanted to do, and it was about how you could make nails or screws rust really quick. My problem was I wanted to know how electricity would affect oxidation, or oxidation is the scientific word for rust. My hypothesis was that I thought the nail connected to the negative terminal would not rust as quickly as the one connected to the positive terminal. I really didn't have a reason for that. I just really guessed. I didn't really know until after the experiment. But if anyone else wants to do this experiment, you really only need these things right here. I guess you can look at them afterwards. Actually, I'll just name them out. You need 2 screws and nails, a 9-volt battery, 2 pieces of copper wire, a small glass, salt, warm water, a tablespoon, scissors, pliers to bend, like little pliers to bend the wire, the copper wire, because the copper wire was really thick, so it was hard to bend by your just hand. Maybe different for if you get copper wire. You need a camera to take the pictures every 5 minutes, I guess. That's why I use things. A pot holder. The reason you need a pot holder is because the battery gets very hot while it's doing the experiment, and that's why you need a pot holder. Okay, so I filled the glass with warm water. I added a tablespoon of salt and I mixed it in. Then I wrapped one end of the copper wire around a screw, one end of each copper wire around each screw, and then I wrapped each of the other ends onto the battery, one to the positive end, one to the negative end. Then I put the screws in the warm salt water, which I had mixed up. Then I put the battery in the pot holder, and then I checked it every 5 minutes and took pictures. You can see here, I guess. You might want to come back and look at them if you haven't already. Our results. Our results were that immediately bubbles began to form around the nail connected to the negative terminal. And after 5 minutes, you could tell the nail connected to the positive terminal had rusted some, while the one connected to the negative terminal hadn't rusted. I continued to check it every 5 minutes with similar results. Also, the water became disgusting, I guess you could say. I think it's bits of metal. I guess it's bits of metal that have come off while it was resting. My conclusion. My first hypothesis turned out to be mostly correct, although I thought the screw connected to the negative terminal would rust eventually, just not as quick. But the nail connected to the negative terminal did not rust at all. The reason this happened, the reason that the one connected to the negative terminal doesn't rust while the one connected to the positive terminal rusts, is because the one connected to the negative terminal attracts the hydrogen in the water, and it forms bubbles, which we saw, which I mentioned that we saw, and it makes a bubble around it, protects it from the water and the rust. And the one from the positive terminal attracts the chlorine in the solution, which is the salt, and it makes it rust really quick, because the salt helps. It turns the. I think it turns the salt helps it. How does the salt? The salt makes it rust quicker. That's pretty much all I've got. Any questions? Yes.
How long did the total project take? You said it was 5 minutes, and I was counting your photos up there. I didn't know how.
This was. I did do it for 35 minutes overall for all the photos. I was going to do it for 45 minutes, but after about 30 minutes, I would guess, because you notice after 35 minutes, but after about 30 minutes, I guess the battery ran out of the energy, and it stopped doing it. That's why my example nails up here, you might have seen, might not. That's why they're both rusted. This is the one that the positive terminal that rusted quick, and this one got rusted a little bit after a while because the battery ran out of juice. Yeah. So I did it for 35 minutes. I ended up doing it. That's how long I ended up doing it for. Yes, Mercy.
If you had a bigger battery, do you think it would last longer?
Well, I would guess so, but, I don't know if it'd be safe to use a bigger battery. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it would last longer though if you used a bigger battery, yes.
Would it rust faster?
It would rust faster as well, I would guess. I would guess because it would attract the salt faster, I would guess. I didn't try different size batteries, so. Yes?
Why did this interest you?
I was looking through a book and I saw this experiment and I thought it looked really cool and I really wanted to try it out, and so that's why I did it. Yes?
Did you do the experiment more than once?
I did do the experiment more than once, actually. The first time, though, we used galvanized nails, which are rust-free. It's like they're not supposed to rust. Yeah, and so that didn't really work out too well. Yeah, I mean, the water looked the same and stuff, but the nail just got black, but that was all. It didn't rust. And you could just scrub the black stuff off, and it was perfectly fine. Yeah, but then we did the screws. Here, that's why half the time it says screws up on this, and half the time it says nails. Yes, Katrina.
What was the name of the book that you?
Science for Kids. It's right up there on my bibliography. Anything else?
Just a comment, you didn't report that you did the experiment twice and the first time it failed. That's just as important as the fact that it did work.
I guess so. Yes.